Hello?
Good evening, guys. How are we doing?
Good
Hopefully you
evening.
can now see us. Slight issue,
Slight
technical
carnage.
issues there. Yeah, slight carnage, but we've sorted it. We've managed to get through it, and now hopefully we'll be able to make a house without a bit of a less issue.
Yes.
Fingers
So
crossed.
today
Must have
is
full down.
a house day. We're only 9 minutes late.
Oh, only. That's
Only,
good,
yeah. It makes a pleasant change, doesn't it?
That's good. Could be
Um,
worse.
So we are making a average 2-story house. Lack of a better word, council house for the common library today.
But like council houses, we're just trying to sort of boost our array of houses, aren't we? Really.
Just add a bit more depth into our Oh my god, that's so intrusive.
Oh.
I got
Someone followed.
OBS turned up really loud for some reason.
Dan Windsor, thank you for the follow.
God, so many follows. Right.
Penky, thank you for the follow as well.
Okay, so.
Have you got the music playing?
Yeah, I've got music playing.
Make sure we don't forget the music.
Alright, smart.
We've never done that before, have we?
We never forgot that. No, it's not my house. I wish I had a semi-detached. That'd be nice. Nah.
Will lives in the mansion.
Yeah, I live in a mansion. It's like 4 whole cardboard boxes with an Ethernet cable. So
that notification sounded quite loud. We've got on there.
It's really loud. I need to turn that down.
Has it changed itself? I mean, I can't hear it because I've had to mute the stream because otherwise I'll be hearing you twice.
Yeah, I'm just going to quickly mute OBS because I think that is also not helping.
While you're doing that, I'll get a few hellos in there. Good evening, Jake. Just Trains. DJ Snap Attack. Good evening. Chief Jack as well. Class 43 Harrison. Who else we got here? Matthew Knoll over at YouTube. Good evening. Darren Carey. Good evening. 341 Northern Boy. Good evening. You sent us a whisper, please. Reply for the stream. I will go and take a look in a moment at that. Who else have we got in here? D. McGregor. Good evening. How are you doing, mate? So the idea of this is obviously, I mean, we've only got like 2 hours this evening, so it's not obviously going to be like loads and loads of houses, but this is sort of thing where we can sort of work on and add more down the line. So even if it's like retexturing the model as well, so we get some different variants. Obviously down the line we can add other styles of houses, but this is just obviously to show how the process is on this type of asset. Obviously, so far we've built the camera tripod. The fences as well, which are now actually out with you all. So if you have got the Midland Main Line route, the updates went out last week for that. In that common library, those assets are available to use on your own products.
What did they go live with? Sorry, what product? Was it Sheffield Derby?
Sheffield Derby Midland Main Line, yeah, and also Derby Nottingham Leicester standalone.
Yeah, so if you own either of those, you can re-download it and you'll get some of the newer assets we've been creating on stream over the last couple of months.
Also, just before we go on as well, thank you to everyone that's purchased over the spring sale. That ended yesterday, I believe. So if you've bought stuff out of there, I hope you've enjoyed it, and thank you very much. Not a problem, Northern Boy.
Right, so I will start off with something that a lot of people ask me when it comes to 3D modeling and getting stuff from Google Maps into TrainSim. So I've explained this before in a couple of videos on my channel, where we're going to take a image from Google Maps, we're going to take it into Photoshop, and then get that into 3ds Max to give us a correct to scale object. Yeah, does that make sense?
Makes sense to me.
Okay, so we're gonna build one of these houses. It doesn't matter which. You know, I'm gonna twist it and do it whatever. You know, they're all the same. They're all built at the same time, so they all look near enough identical.
But if you're on artistic license to them.
Well, probably not. We'll build what's there first before we get too carried away. Oh, is it still really loud? I think I tried turning it down.
GRS Jordan's Railway Simulator. No route in particular this evening. It's just general houses for the common library.
General common library stuff.
Yeah. Obviously, it'll go in with the next. It will go in with the next release, or common library probably might be the next release of Route now, which will be it will be Southwest Expressways at some stage,
Is
Mark does another build.
I don't know whether we've got anything else.
I don't think we've got anything penciled in for another.
Now.
No, there's nothing penciled in. I don't think for Midland Main Line at the moment, so it could be with the next route.
Yeah, you might have to wait till Specs, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, we might have to update another product, and that might go with that then. So what I'm going to do is, it's really important to know the resolution of your monitor. So I'm just going to quickly print screen this by using Alt Print Screen, and I'm going to open it up in Photoshop. So create new, should copy my screen dimensions, and then we've got our screenshot in Photoshop.
It could be the slight bit of green screen issue in there, Jack, on Will's side. It could be. I think he's got a green t-shirt on.
No, I haven't got a green t-shirt on. It's like faded yellow, and I think my capture device is having a bit of an issue. Because my lighting's going a bit crazy. I'm really
trying to detect which one's Will. To be quite fair, I think I've got a bit of a smudge on my head tonight.
And on your hand, Christ.
It's all going well.
All going well. We are professional here at JT. We try our best. Okay, so
Evening, Dan.
This is going to be the image we're working from, so I'm just going to save this out as a PSD. It doesn't need to be anything fancy because 3ds Max reads PSDs. So I should have my JTTV, stream, scenery, it's going to go into the buildings folder, which I don't have, so I just make it. And then I like to make a textures file. Helps if I spell textures right. And I also like to make a reference file, just to store all my reference images I'm making.
So excellent.
We'll call this one CL House Ref.
It looks like a bad Brewster there. Do we need to call social services? Maybe Scott. Possibly.
Right.
Mark definitely didn't lamp me in the head the other day.
Definitely not.
No.
I walked into the door, I swear.
Then pushed me down a ravine on our railway walk.
Right, so I've got my image as a just a texture that I can then put onto a plane. So I'm going to go put a plane into 3ds Max. Get rid of all the extra segments, we don't need those. Now this is where it gets important. So we're going to copy our screen resolution onto that plane. So we go image size, and we get a little window like this. So we're going to take the height, which is 2114, and we're going to pop that in the width. I like to put a decimal point in so it's not massive. And then we're going to do the same with the other.
Dean McGregor, can you ask why the JT payments are listed under wall loss? You'd have thought they'd have been under the roads. I don't know. Will, have you got an answer for that?
Sorry, what? Run that past me again?
The payments, why they're under the wall lofts rather than the road. You know, the road payments.
The payments I made.
Yeah. I don't know, to be fair. We've just never really bothered about it. We know where they are for ourselves.
Yeah, I tend to have a bit of issues with putting lofts in the right
category.
place.
It's better than being in miscellaneous.
Yeah. I used to put them in miscellaneous all the time. I was so bad at that. Right, so we got a square that matches the resolution of the image we've taken. This way we know it's going to be in the same aspect ratio. So we're going to then bring the reference image in as just a normal diffuse texture. There it is. Because we know it's the same aspect ratio, we don't need to worry about unwrapping this. Because it should just be perfectly square as it was in Photoshop. Now, the next
have you chosen which one you're going to go for?
No, I haven't yet. I'm going to do that once I've got this down to the right size.
Mm.
So what we're going to do next is we're going to create just a box. And we're going to make it the same size as the key in the bottom right of Google Maps. So this key is 20 by 20, so I'm going to go 20, 20, 20. Make it transparent so we can see what we're doing. Now it's important not to touch this reference in terms of scale, because we're going to scale the image to match the reference. So if we start scaling this down to the point of where it fits quite nice and snugly inside this box. I'm fairly certain there are other ways of doing this. This is just my way of doing it, and unfortunately, I'm a very stubborn person. Yeah, that's close enough. That's going to give us. This is now going to give us the rough sort of scale for our house, so we know it's going to be close to rough. Well, close to. You know what I mean? It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be close enough for our needs. Right. So that's now the correct scale. So we're just going to choose a house, random house, pick a house, any old house. You got a preference, Tom?
That one.
Okay, that one.
That one, I think. Apparently.
I want that one.
I want that one.
Okay, so I'll choose then. So we got the gizmo over this one, so I'll just go for this one anyway.
That looks like a good house.
Yeah, I'll try and get it as level as flat as possible, just so that we get the scale right. But I'll correct it with 3-point line anyway. Because it's always nice to work with straight lines.
Well, yeah, definitely.
So.
Not like me at the minute. I'm doing tunnel occlusions on bridges that are all skew width. So I'm having to rotate every single one. So I'm actually currently working as well. I'm doing revamp work still on South Western Expressways this evening. Working between Bruton and Castle Carey, for anyone that's interested.
Right, so we've got the house we want. We're going for this one. Right here. So I'm just going to try and center it on my grid. I can do this at any point, but it doesn't really make a massive difference.
Yeah.
There's not really much in the terms of like legwork need to be done here. Freeze it in place. I've set it to not show frozen in grey, so you can actually still see the texture.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, sorry. And now we have a square that should be the right sort of size for the house. So
that's quite a good idea actually as well. Jack's putting there. You should have my like stream in the bottom corner.
Now that is possible, but man, that's going to take some time to set up.
Yeah, we'd have to have a look at that maybe down the line and play about with it so we know what we're doing with it. I assume it's the same sort of way with what we're doing now with the pop-out screen, just rather than having me, it's going to be obviously the game, isn't it?
I keep phasing out. That's why I put my hand in front of it. Right.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, that's my dodgy green screen. Yeah, to be fair, it is doable. I mean, if you share your screen with me, I could then just put it in the top left corner.
Yeah. We'll look at doing that again down the line.
We'll look at doing that for our next stream, probably, or like one after.
Yeah.
So now we've got our what we're working from, if you know what I mean. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to just start blocking out the floors. So in a usual English house, you know, between floors you've got a spacing of like 2.5 meters, give or take, because the door is 2 meters tall normally. Because this is a ground floor, I'm going to give it a little bit of a step of about 20 centimeters. Oh no, I did 2 meters.
331 Northern Boy will use his 3ds Max to do his asset development. You can also use Blender as well. That's the free program. Under obviously the standard of in the industry is Max on commercial side of things. Yeah, we use
3ds Max because it is industry standard. But we do also have people on the staff who work mostly with Blender. I used Blender a very long time ago. Back in before JT. But I just
back when you was a boy.
Back when I was a young warthog. Personally, I just prefer 3ds Max because it's what I trained on back when I was at uni and all of that stuff. So because this is a semi-attached house, let's get a better look at it. Doesn't really matter which one it was, but it was this one in particular. This lad here.
That boy.
That boy.
Mad Matt, good evening as well. How are we doing?
I am going to, because they're basically a mirror image of each other, I'm just going to do half the house and copy it over.
Yeah, makes sense.
So we got doors on the left, a couple of windows. Let's model those in. So I will delete half my building because I'm going to mirror it. When using 3ds Max to mirror stuff into TS, you've always got to make sure you reset the X-forms because it flips the model inside out and it does some weird stuff. So I'm just going to create a line to mark the top of my doors.
Why, mate, that car, that car, what a heat must be Tom's house. It wasn't a Nissan Qashqai, was it?
I don't know what it was. It looked like a Corsa to me.
I used to have a Corsa.
Oh, that's a Corsa. No, it's a Clio.
That's a
it's
Clio.
Oh man.
It's a retro car, that, isn't it?
Oh.
Renault Clio.
Yeah, I had a little shock the other day when I went on Google Maps and saw my old Corsa outside my mum's house.
Really?
I wrote off, yeah.
Wrote off. God.
I'd say wrote off. I only had a little accident. It wasn't enough to write it off. I just was getting a new car, so why not? Right, doors. Most doors in the UK are roughly like 1.1 meters wide. 1 meter if it's the olden days, because they were a bit slimmer back then. So I'm just gonna make sure this is only a meter away. Actually 1.1 meters. Listen to my own advice. So that's gonna be the bit for our door. Model in some windows. So these ones are going to be 2 meters taller than this.
Clio was part of the model when.
I don't like doing cars because cars and stuff are a really funny thing when it comes to 3D modeling. Because if you're trained to do 3D modeling, you always do a car because it's like, oh, it's a type of modeling called spline modeling.
Yeah.
And it's really easy to do, but it's so easy to do that I can't do it. Does that make sense?
That easy then.
It's like I'm not saying it's easy, but there are plenty of people who just specialize in doing cars because it's spline modeling. It does it for you, and it's a quick and easy thing to do. But I much prefer what's called hard surface modeling.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm a massive 3D geek, as all of these videos have shown. I think that's a bit tall. Right, so I'm just sort of blocking out the shapes and where I want them to be, and sort of figuring out this building as it goes. So I'm just doing a smaller window above the door. Maybe all the large double windows. Now the question is, do I put French doors on it?
Ooh. We'd have a variant of it with and without.
Oh, you want the world, don't you, mate?
We do. We like the world. Don't want much.
Absolute carnage.
Just imagine how happy Mark will be when he sees there's 2 houses tomorrow.
Yeah, totally. Do we have 3D? Has Mark given me a section of map that doesn't have 3D?
He did. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, he's given me a section of Google Maps that doesn't have 3D. That's what I get for asking to find me a reference material.
Oh, you've not got your name in the corner on your stream wheel.
So I haven't. Oh my goodness, this is an absolute shambles today, isn't it?
I think we should go and start again.
Yeah. Not saying the right name, I can't. Yeah. No. Transition. There you go. No, they don't. It's white vans or Renault Clios.
Oh, there we go. I see Mr. Will's name now. Because obviously I was streaming on my own last week, so it all got turned off.
You've seen these little hobbit doors that are on the side of the house? I think that's like cellar. Oh, is that like a wood store or something? Or like gas mains? I don't know. Little hobbit holes for the shorter people. Right. Guess I'll model those in. Mark did say he specifically wanted these houses.
Mm.
I mean,
That one.
yeah.
Are these around Pontefract?
I think they are.
Are we in Ponte?
Are we in Ponte?
Ponte Carlo. Ponte Carlo.
Notting Lane. Ferry Bridge.
You did?
Ferry
Yeah. Oh, we're Ferry Bridge.
Bridge. Yeah. Okay.
D. McGregor, so keep going with the common library. It will in time mean that the only requirement for freeway routes would be the JTCL.
Well,
It's nice to see that people do use it for their own projects. It's good to see that.
That's the dream, isn't it? I mean, like we want to rely less and less on Kuju. Oh, I disappeared again.
Oh, yeah.
Scratched my face.
Refrain. Refrain from scratching
yeah.
of the face.
I'm not supposed to touch my face, am I?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Hands, face, and space.
Hands, face, and space. It's right. We're going to a pub. It's fine. Oh, me and my wife went round South Shields yesterday trying to find a nice pub. But like all of them were taken. Like
all the seats were gone.
All the seats were gone.
Literally, isn't it? It's just outside seating, isn't it? We drove past a few yesterday at dinner time. We nipped out for half hour and just to see how busy places were. And to be fair, there was only one place in Fleetwood that was actually relatively busy. The rest of them were quite quiet. One was actually like chock-a-block, but I suppose it probably sort of got busier as work finishes and stuff like that, and people start venturing out. Unless you're in the big cities and stuff like that.
Well, it was like the only way I could describe how like packed the places were. It was like a student night, you know. It was crazy.
Yeah. I've seen some pictures on Facebook of like places like mobs like Manchester and stuff like that. Quite crazy.
Right, just gonna put a little step on the outside of this door.
Not getting free assets for everywhere. To be fair, they'll be useful for everywhere, even for our upcoming projects.
I mean, we
Ooh, what could they be?
we rely heavily on the Common Library, you know. It's something we've all been working on for like God knows how long.
Even more exciting stuff's coming as well. Oh yeah, well, it's been going since like Newcastle to Edinburgh, I think. So, however long ago that was when that route come out. I think that was the first route it come with. Well, it didn't have as much at that point. Obviously, it was like I think the main thing was like the signals and stuff that sort of appeared at the beginning. And then it just sort of grew from there. But yeah, it's that big now. Obviously, it's getting to the stage where it covers the routes with a very, very small sort of reliance on the Kuju stuff now. I think the sort of things we're looking for next, isn't it? It's the warehouse side of things and stuff like that, and shops. So we can sort of keep away from that.
Always need more warehouses.
I mean, we get odd ones that come with our routes anyway. I mean, a few new ones have come for South Western Expressways, like Bookers and stuff like that, and Country Feeds, is it as well? That's another one.
Country Feeds is a new one.
Obviously, we've got the generic warehouses that came with Derby, Nottingham, Leicester, which is like a pack of 8 different ones with some like office style ones and all, which have come in very handy.
Yeah, so. We've also got all those ones that I did at Litchurch, which I did for
yes.
Sheffield Derby originally, I think.
You got them, and obviously the big asset blocks out of the Metropolitan line have made it into the Common Library over the Christmas period as well, didn't they? So that's like another 26 different asset blocks with loads of like buildings to build your city scenes. So those will be coming handy.
Generic city buildings, you know.
Yeah, those will be coming handy for Reading as well when we do the rebuild shortly.
Well, you know,
very soon.
That's your job, mate. I only supply the pieces.
I've not signed myself up enough yet for that.
Have you not?
when I get to Coglow Junction, then it begins. I'm only 20 miles away now, so it's sort of like closing in.
You're getting there, mate.
I am getting there. By the end of today, I've done 3.1 miles of revamp, which is Bruton to Castle Carey, which people will know where that area is in the stream. It's it's 2 stations distance basically. I've done all the fences I've done. It's just a case of me putting in just doing the trees now, really.
We're getting closer and closer to.
It's quite good. I mean, Mark's about 10 miles away from, I think, about 10 miles to Bristol on his part. He's got to go down to Bath and then around to Westbury that way. It's like the gaps are closing in now, which is good.
Yeah, I know. We're basically there with stations now. Like we're just waiting on obviously me finishing Reading and Newbury as well.
Yeah, Callum's finished off Reading West, so all stations are actually in on my section now. Because you've done the main stuff for Reading now, haven't you? As well, it's just fixes mainly now.
Yeah, it's the fixes and the clutter bits and stuff like that.
We are doing route building on South Western Expressways next week, so you'll get to see Reading Station. We'll show it. We'll show you Reading West.
Are we doing route build next week?
We are next week, yeah.
Oh,
We had 2 route builds on there for this month, so
I didn't realise.
we'll be doing that end of the route anyway. So we'll be carrying on from like Feel, from where we did on our last one. So just do some more of that end, and then obviously just show other bits off.
Here I was thinking I got a night off.
You can put your feet up.
Yeah, mate, don't worry. Right, so I'm just gonna. One thing I like to do when I do windows is I always put windows in it. Or at least I try to, unless like, the assets count game's way too high.
That's for a little bit of detail in there.
Well, that's it. I'm gonna do a low poly version of this house as well.
Yeah, you did that with them 3-story house, didn't you, for DNL?
Yeah, I've started doing that with like our newer stuff. Like I'll do I'll do a low poly version so that you can just spat of a distance with them, you know.
Yeah. Are we doing windowsills and stuff? Or are we not really bothering that sort of thing?
Yeah, I'm doing a windowsill now, mate.
Oh, windowsill. Sorry. Drain pipes and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some basic drainage.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't like doing drainage. It's just I always forget to do drainage.
Chimneys. Chimneys, you forget.
All right, mate. All right, calm down.
So it's all fun.
It's all fun and games till someone throws a knife at someone.
Dean, cobbled road for the common library would be great.
Oh, cobbled road. I've not made one of those.
You did actually mention a bit back some new roads, didn't you? Wanted to sort of look into.
Yeah, I wanted to do some like actual like traffic-y roads, didn't I?
Yeah.
That'd be good though. Cobbled roads. I'd have to find some decent texture though.
You found, didn't you, recently some of the older dev docs? So I assume there's probably more road stuff in that.
Yeah, I came across a real little gold mine of a bunch of the old TS dev doc stuff, and it came with a load of examples, which is fantastic because it means I no longer have to scratch my head for several hours figuring out how the goodness you do this stuff, you know. That's been the hardest bit of working with TS in my opinion, because obviously I came in not ever playing Train Sim. Mm-hmm. Like even now I wouldn't really say that I play Train Sim too much.
Yeah.
Other than like Metline, because let's face it, Metline is a work of art.
You like Metline, don't you?
Yeah, oh man, it was my favourite route.
I did Metline twice last week. I did on the JT stream and I did it on my own personal stream as well. I had a good run on it. I enjoyed it.
Shameless plug there, but still.
Well, it was good fun though. It was a good. I did a Knutsbridge drive as well, so I've done the Cheshireman and Knutsbridge last week.
Did you do it at night, mate?
No, it was early morning. It was like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
James, good evening. It's going well. We're doing house building this evening, and Welsh Jim as well. Good evening. With 3D cobbles would be next level for Coronation Street's route.
I don't know. That would be like way too much. Can you imagine like,
fall over.
Yeah, Christ, like modelling all the.
It'd have to be more than a 2-hour stream.
Yeah, you couldn't do it as a loft either. You'd have to place like I'll just model each separate cobble, and you have to place them yourself.
Oh God.
Really crank that asset, that tile list up.
It'd take all day to put that in.
Oh well, you know, you asked for it, I'll provide. Oh. An extra window in here. I feel there should be a window here.
Reminds me yesterday, finished bashing yesterday, went back through Leeds up to the bus station, all the bars were full outside, could hear the general chatting noise away. It's a bit back to normal, isn't it, as well? Actually hear people talking and sort of getting on. What type of houses? So it's we're doing council houses on this model.
Just generic council houses for this one.
Yeah. Not to say that terrace houses may not come again down the line in the future. If we need some
we've got plenty of terrace houses in the library right now.
There is quite a lot in there, to be fair. Yeah. It's good 4 or 5 different ones and different colour schemes, which do the job for what we need. I mean, if there's something specific we need, then obviously we can come back and revisit that.
Yeah. Normally you just go like, "Will we need this?" And I'm like, "Yes, sir." I keep phasing out. Oh, the light's changing in the outside with the sun setting, and it hits my window and it makes everything go a bit funny. My poor webcam doesn't know what it's doing.
Bless it. Poor
Bless
thing.
it. Bless its cottons. Alright, so I'm just going to do a little bit of I forget what it's called. Is it alcoving? That you get above underneath the roof?
Yeah.
Awning? No, not awning.
Little canopy sort of thing, isn't it?
It's got a name. It's got a specific name. I can't remember what it's called though.
No, I know what you mean, but I don't know what the name is for it.
Yeah. Yeah, again, I'm only making half a house because I'm just going to mirror it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't need to worry about it being too... Well, I don't need to worry about making it symmetrical because it'll do it itself.
Yep.
We're then going to attach, and let's put a peak in this roof. So it's a center peak. I'm going to quickly hide my reference. I don't need my reference anymore. Yeah, make sure you remind me, mate.
Chimney. Remind Will. I'll forget. I'll remind you in a minute.
See, now we pointed out on stream, we're going to get flooded with support requests saying, this house doesn't have a chimney. Because you're going to notice it now. That's
We know which one Will's built.
that's a general giveaway. That's a really sad thing.
If it's got no chimney, Will made it.
Oh, it was. I did that on that earwash building. Do you remember?
Yeah.
About,
Did you do a station as well on Derwent Valley? You forgot to put the chimney on it or something.
Yeah,
No chimney on this.
I think I did it on Matlock.
Yeah, I think it was like the main station.
Oh, stream's dead for someone. Is it still running alright?
Twitch is appearing to be fine here. Have you tried rebooting, Josh? If you can hear me. Probably can't hear me actually.
Right, I'm just gonna add a little bit.
Excellent. It's back for Josh. Good stuff.
Cracking. I wasn't being rude, Josh. I didn't see that it was you, because for some reason, Dark Theme, your name's coming up as blue, and there's no way in the world I can read that.
No, I'm on Dark Theme as well, so I do have to like squint sometimes.
Right. Starting to look good. I've still got to do the guttering, and I'll probably mirror it first because there's only one guttering tube that comes down the building.
Is that sort of in the centre, is it, or is it in the sort of middle of the two houses, separates?
I think it's down the centre.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have a quick look at the reference again. Always important to flick back and forth with your reference if you're not doing so already.
Watch out, not get squatters in your house.
I'll just delete. Oh, bugger.
Done something you didn't want to do.
Yeah, it's alright. It sort of controls that for me. Oh, I forgot the little hobbit hole. Let's put the hobbit hole in.
Mm-hmm.
I swear, it's got to be like a gas door or something.
Oh, that little gas doors on the front.
Well, no, it's if you look at the references,
So what?
all these houses have these little. It's probably a wood store or something, like a bin shed built into the house, but
Oh yeah.
they all have these little doors on the side. So
That'd be coal.
yeah, it might be coal.
Could have been the house all coal.
Could be. I mean, do you reckon these?
It's in the area of Ferrybridge and all that.
I doubt these are houses of sellers. So.
No. Some single houses on that road, isn't there, as well, that actually like joined to each other. They've got back again, like, up the other way. Oh yeah, like third up on that right hand side. Is it? Oh no, they're not. It's just got a hedge down the middle. Ignore me. I'm chatting rubbish. I just thought I saw that one house on its own.
It'd be very weird to have a single house there, you know. Oh, it's
the big hedge.
Where the electric and gas meters are. Fantastic. Oh yeah, I thought that's where they might be. We just used to have them on like a. I'm common as muck, so we used to have them on like a plastic box on the outside of our house. The old gas.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. We had one of them, but we changed to the meter, so they sort of like just blocked it up and covered it over. And we don't need it anymore.
You're still on
Josh changed his name now into like a lighter blue. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Are we on what? No, we're on a top up card now, sort of thing, on a meter, smart meter. We was on one of them top up prepay things for ages, and I have to go to the shop all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, stand out there in the blustering cold and rain in the middle of winter and freezing for 5 minutes while you waited for it to work.
Yeah, bugger that for a game of soldiers.
Awful. Could never go back. Stephen Smedley, good evening. So, how you've downloaded the Sheffield Derby 1.18 and the Derby Nottingham Leicester 103 update. The quick drive scenarios, there's still a red at the end of Sheffield where you have to tab. I'm coming out of Nottingham on line D, and there is a red signal just outside of Nottingham. Are you sure there's no trains coming at all? I know them quick drives do have interactive AI sometimes, so it may be you could be waiting for a train. I know outside of Sheffield.
A quick drive that like just stays red for ages on there. Like,
I'm not really sure. I didn't test them. Mark's one that retested all them. I didn't do anything to do with them, but I know that there is a signal on Sheffield that you do have to tab. That is just down to the route. We can't do anything about that. It's just the way that the signals work. So you do have to always tab that one. But Nottingham, I'm not really sure. If there's not a train coming or anything like that, please can you send support a message? Yeah, there's another issue for Nottingham. But if you are actually seeing an issue where it's not changed at all and there's nothing coming towards you, please can you send a support messaging about it? Just give as much information as possible. If you can get any screenshots as well, that'd be fantastic. And then that will come
Lat and long is always helpful as well.
Yeah, if you can get Lat and long. If you can find that detail out. Or Signal ID as well. Signal ID is usually a good one if you can give us that. But outside of Nottingham, pretty much simple to find anyway. With that much. Anonymous 158, good evening. We are doing house building this evening. So Will's in control tonight. He is building some generic council houses to go in the common library.
Right, all of these houses have keystones above their windows. I'm just going to put those in.
Just valued a house on the market priced at £1. You're rich. If you put more detail, it goes up. Give it a chimney, it'll definitely go up.
Alright, mate, calm down.
Sorry, mate.
It's alright, mate. You know you're going to get it back tomorrow. It's fine.
I know.
To be fair though, £1 isn't too far off what I spent on my house.
How much was yours?
40k.
It's not bad, is it, really?
Well, it was a bit run down. I've done a lot of DIY on it, mate.
You still looking at moving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not sure where yet though.
You were about going further north, weren't you? Further away from us.
Well, nothing personal, mate. Right, so I want to make sure these are evenly spaced. I'm just lining them up and moving them out by 10 centimeters.
Yeah. Feels like I'm watching Homes Under the Hammer. Quite literally.
Well, yeah, but some of those houses usually on there are like silly. I got addicted when we were buying our first house. I got addicted to watching Homes Under the Hammer and stuff. Just watching the stuff that people buy.
Yeah.
Like oh, I've just spent 70 grand on a field with an abandoned shed in, but it's
But then
50,
rickety
it's
old shed with no
58
roof.
miles outside London, so I feel like I'm going to get a return on it, you know? And it's like, what? Oh, JT themed estate agents. That's a thing that's going to happen now.
You could do that on our sort of custom, you know, the kit bash shops are going to do. You could have a JT estate agents, just houses.
You just call it JT States.
Just houses.
Just houses. I like my little JT branding that I put into place.
It's good.
Like JT Superstores.
Well, that's on the rower shops, isn't it? I think the rower is it rower shops with the flats or the? No, I think it might be the other one actually. It's one with the Comic Sans with it as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that was a bad mistake of mine that everyone seemed to hate.
Oh, it's funny. Good.
Oh, I got some real hate for that sign. It was intentional why I put Comic Sans on there. Because it was supposed to be like someone who doesn't know better using Comic Sans. It was like an in joke.
Just everyone didn't find it funny.
No, nobody found it. I was the only one laughing. That's the issue. It's like most of my jokes. I'm the only one laughing. All this fine tweaking stuff, it really takes time, you know.
Oh well. Oh yeah. I fully get where you're coming from.
As you place, like,
as I'm placing loads and loads of bits of foliage currently. Well, what I've done up to now is, I mean, this section I'm doing, it took a lot longer than I actually thought it was going to do. I mean, as soon as I lifted all the this original scenery off the route, it was like someone had got a chainsaw and like hacked it like at right angles. So I've had to smooth everything off on these embankments. It took ages. I don't think I finished that till about 1 o'clock this afternoon. Well, usually that sort of process I can have it done within half hour, but it took a lot longer. So I did that, and then I put all the fences in. And then I put the foliage in, the basic grass along the track sides. I then started doing the trees. I got about half a mile's worth of trees done before I finished this afternoon. Obviously went off to do tea and everything else like that, and I've come back to obviously carry on, but should be done by the close of play tonight. I'm getting well underway with it, so
that's a big promise, mate.
I have to have it done. It's got to be done.
Well, yeah, we're getting closer and closer to.
It'll be done.
Yeah, it will be done. It's like I got loads of little redding stuff to do still, like all the little assets and stuff. But no, I'm quite chuffed with how Reading's turned out.
It's a big boy.
It's not a small lad, that's for sure.
It's not. It's huge.
I'm sure we'll show that off. If you're doing a building stream next week, we'll show it off next week probably.
Yeah, we'll definitely take a look round.
Bogarting.
The cutting will be there as well, so the retaining wall stuff that'll all be back in and sorted by then, won't it, as well? So I'll try and get a load of the terrain tied up as well beforehand.
Yeah, that guys.
At least time to look at.
Reading's going to be entirely finished by next week. Tom said it.
Well, no, the buildings won't be. I'll get all the stuff around the sort of like the embankment tied up at least. Not with buildings, but I'll get all the terrain sorted out so it doesn't look like it's a mess. Got a lot of stuff to smooth out around there. Should all come together nicely.
Oh, I have no doubt. Like, you know, just like the amount.
It's probably one of the biggest. It's probably one of the biggest undertakings I've done up to now in terms of commercial side. It's such a big place. I mean, I did. Leicester was a big place. That took a while. I think this is probably going to be more of a challenge because it's raised.
Yeah.
Literally all the track's raised above all the buildings, so...
Well, yeah, Leicester it was different, wasn't it? Because it was all,
Yeah.
all the buildings were around the
And there's a lot of roads at Leicester, I mean, but they were on a hill,
Yeah,
so
but that was all
custom.
customs from me. I just gave that to
Yeah.
you. You know.
It should be an interesting... should be interesting to see it all sorted and done, though. I'm looking forward to driving in and out of there. I mean, I've only driven on the route once whilst we've been building it.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, literally once. I took HST for a drive from Westbury to about just after Hungerford about 2 months ago.
Driven it more.
I've never driven it since. I
don't even think I've got it installed right now, to be honest with you.
You know,
I mean, I don't like to install routes anyway because it messes with my asset files.
yeah.
The only time I install routes is when I'm doing signaling.
And the next time I'll drive it is probably when I get to Coglow Junction because I can drive it all the way from Exeter then, all the way through. Because I can turn off at the junction. And we'll get it on the stream at some point soon. We should be able to get it on the stream, I reckon, soon enough. Well, I think once Mark's done Bristol, we could actually do a Bristol to Exeter drive one evening, at least. That would be a full section. Yeah, maybe I say at least get that on. Maybe I'll bar little bits and pieces where there might be odd gaps still waiting for bits, but it's pretty much more drivable. A shapes pack would be good for the common library, like shapes all colours. I know what you mean. Yes. Now this is actually a very good idea because you could actually kit bash stuff, as in like bridge sides and stuff out of these blocks. Really good idea. I mean, there is actually other developers that have them. DG have them as well. Basically, what they are, Will. So
Yeah.
literally a concrete square so far, just a normal even square, and have it as different like bricks, concrete, you know, like the railway blue brick and stuff.
Yeah.
All them types of different colours, and you can sculpt them and kit bash them into like size of bridge and stuff like that as well, and other bits and pieces. It's quite.
That'd be pretty cool.
They are really, really cool to have, and very handy. You can have them as well. You know, where you can like drag your graffiti blocks, where you can make them bigger.
Mm-hmm.
You can have them do that as well, where you can like pull them to make them longer.
Oh, really?
I've seen them as
I
well,
might have
yeah.
to look into that, how they're made then.
Very, very handy things to have.
Just want to quickly make sure that, because I've decided to turn this into a French door because I didn't actually have a door on the back of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do fine for size.
Evening, Dan. Speaking of houses, any idea why one house asset on MML its lights turn on just as you approach, yet the other assets lights are viewable before? I assume it's probably an LOD thing.
Sounds like it could be an LOD thing.
Could you screenshot it and put it on Podio for us at all, Dan, at some point, just so that we can have a look then and see, like, get the name of the asset. If you double click the asset name and then put that into the description so we know what it is, a screenshot of it, and then we can take a look at some point when we have a bit of time and see what's going on.
Yeah, it definitely
Very
seems like
handy.
an LOD issue to me, but
Yeah. If it's something we can fix at some stage, then we'll be able to hopefully sort that.
doing some gutter in.
Pretty sure you did before release. It might have slipped the net. Put it in again. Do a fresh one, and then we know where it is. It might have slipped the net at some point. It might have got bogged down with everything else. That's a big gutter.
Big gutter, yeah.
Big gutter. We're going for a standard white door, Will.
What, like a PVC thing?
A PVC.
I
I don't know. So James said, "Is it a standard white door?"
Standard white door. I only imagine, yeah. Don't know yet. I don't know. See, now you got me second guessing myself.
Steve Smedley, yeah, Scott's pointing as well there. Yeah, there will be discount for original Southwestern Mainline owners on release. Can't disclose what that will be at this current stage. We haven't been told ourselves yet, but when that time comes and we can give all that information out, we'll let you all know.
Guttering goes very thin there.
done by now while Will's doing all the work on street. I'm working currently. I'm building on Southwestern Expressways now as we speak and stream. I'm multitasking tonight. Yeah, I'm multitasking tonight. I'm struggling.
Oh, goodness.
I need more monitors.
You need more monitors.
I need more screens.
This is something we scream every time we stream. It's like, I need more.
I could do with like an autopilot builder as well. Just let it do it.
Oh yeah, just like, just someone
Just
do your
off
job
you
for
go.
you.
Yeah, it's off you go. Yeah, it's coming together very nicely. Makes a change. I know. I'm usually like gallivanting.
Usually, yeah.
No, I was last week.
Gone out for a
I did
walk.
last Wednesday. I gallivanted. I went to Yorkshire last week, didn't I?
I don't know.
went
I was
gallivanting.
left on my own most of last week.
I did have 2 days off last week, but I did stuff over the weekend and that. Dean, there's no airport vehicles like buses, fuel tankers, and other stuff. To be fair, there isn't really, because we've never built a route that goes past an airport. I mean, if we ever do come to do something that passes any airfields and stuff like that, we probably would look into doing some stuff like that, like unique bits and pieces. But yeah, at the moment, there's no need for that sort of stuff from ourselves. So the common library is always consists of stuff that we need in our routes that we're building at the time, and then stuff makes its way to it and stuff. Some stuff is obviously specific to the route that we send out, but eventually them things do make their way into the common library as well. Like usually, sometimes like half a year up to after release when we sort of like make it deemable to add them in. If it's stuff we need on other routes.
Yeah, we're also getting to a point where like we don't want to over saturate the common library because it is becoming a beast right now.
That's it. Yeah, it's making big routes turn into exe. It's making them RAR files rather than exes. So you have to obviously then extract. That's why you have to extract some of the routes before you install them. It's because common library is getting big.
It's a big lad. It's taking me longer and longer to export it now. Right, so now we've got half the model done. I'm going to do a chimney once.
Hey, you didn't have to remind you them.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting there. One of these days, I'm going to be a functioning human being, and that's the day where Well's got to watch out.
Oh. Oh. Oh dear.
So I'm just going to mirror this using the mirror tool.
Oh, it definitely has done it. The CL's massively changed JT routes quite recently. There's so much stuff in there that's made it very, very much a reliable source. Even for freeway routes, we see a lot of them use it as well.
In other words, Tom uses it in a lot of his freeway routes.
I do. I do. It's a very, very good pack.
Well, yeah.
There's a lot of stuff in there. I mean, I use it myself for the signals. I always use them signals. They're the signals I know as well. I prefer them. There's just so many fantastic bits and pieces in there that make areas up.
Plenty of blood, sweat, and tears has gone into the common library. A lot of tears, that's for sure. Right, so let's do a little downpipe on this drainage.
Josh Trains lives for the CL in this route. That's what I like to hear. Yeah, we do love to see what people build with the route, their routes with our common library stuff. It's nice to see stuff. I mean, I've seen loads of comments over your fences that people absolutely love them, and how much they've like changed the looks of the gardens on the route rather than just using the same sort of stuff all the time.
I like those sort of things. I find really fun anyway. Like when I did those Just Bounce trampolines, you know.
Yes, I like the trampolines.
I know you like those trampolines.
I do like the trampolines.
Everyone in Earwash has one.
Does everyone else like the trampolines?
I mean, there was the garden furniture I made was way too big.
We're glad to get Garden Clutter after requesting it a couple of times, especially on the Met. It sort of came after the Met, didn't it? The clutter came for DNL. That's where them sort of things came.
biggest issue with garden clutter on Mamet is you don't really see many gardens in Mamet, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, because it's obviously like Tom was saying, we build stuff when we need it.
Yeah.
Because we can't just spend all day. If I could, I would just spend all day adding like small stuff to the common library. But I need to make stuff like stations and stuff. So I'm told.
Yeah.
So, that's part of the reason why we started doing these streams as well. Is to give people input in what we make, and also to have more time on the common library and just nurture it some more. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I talk like the common library like it's my child, because it is, and I am I am the keeper of the common library, and that's a title I wear with pride.
Keeper of common library.
I am the keeper of a common library. Whenever I do a build, I wear a big robe, you know. I've got a flash drive inside of like an old book on a pedestal somewhere. It's just guarded by dragons.
Sounds very Game of Thrones.
Yeah, mate. You know, it's a game of libraries. Offset the drainage a little so that you can put fences in. And I think, chimney.
You need to watch it, Will. Don't forget.
Almost forgot. I could just say Mark now, like raging in Yorkshire.
Tom's running out of stuff to do on streams without doing Steam. Oh no, well, you say that, but we're sort of going to try and implement some form of stream with Steam at least once a month. So I'm going to have a chat with Mark and see what we can do this next time round over the next month. So
basically, I've been trying to get Tom to drive Steam on like easily for the last year. For the last year, trying to get him to drive more Steam.
We did quite a lot of it though. At one stage, we did do quite a few different ones, and it sort of stopped for a while, and then we've sort of started it again. So I think with Mark on them, it sort of helps.
Well, yeah,
because he knows what he's doing as well, and then he can sort of like give me sort of pep talk along the way, and just sort of like gives the hints and stuff. Because otherwise, we'd probably it'll blow up within the first 10 minutes.
I love your use of words of pep talk. I don't think Mark's ever given anyone a pep talk.
No, he's just shouting.
Maybe an earful, but
no, usually a gobful. Some ex-London Underground destock has made its way to a museum in Pennsylvania. That's interesting. I didn't know that. That's quite cool. That is very interesting. .3, good evening.
Add a little bit of detail on the chimney.
Oh, there's a picture there from Dan. Let's have a look. Oh, it's under the top hole as well. Oh, it's at the Trolley Museum. I think there's a Blackpool tram there at that museum.
Oh, well, you know.
It runs on like
of course you would know if there was something there like that.
You know me and trams.
Well, yeah.
It's a Blackpool Standard, if anyone knows what they are.
The Blackpool Standard. Isn't
yeah,
that,
the old
isn't
type
that being
of tram.
stabbed or something?
Oh God. There's the old trams that were built in like the 20s. You know, you've got sort of like round fronts where they have like the balconies on the fronts. Well, them type.
Yeah, I'm afraid I don't sign trams very much.
Signs houses.
Yeah, I sign houses. Sorry, I completely spaced.
You zoned out then, didn't you? Went a bit quiet.
Just for a second, I completely lost my train of thought.
It's nice to see one of them's at least escaped the 230 conversion. awful things. Quite a lot of the old trams escaped Blackpool, to be fair. Although they escaped Blackpool and just got stuck in like a compound, just like rot.
Well, someone's got to leave Blackpool at some point.
Well, true. I couldn't leave for a year. Managed to leave last Wednesday. It was nice. What are 230s? So 230s are the old D-stock trains off the underground, the old district line trains. They've been converted into battery-powered, or I think they're like battery diesel or whatever they are, trains. So on the Marston Vale line, Bedford Bletchley line, there's some that run on there. There's some around Wales as well now. There's, is it 484s? I think are converted ones that now run on the Isle, are going to run on the Isle of Wight as well. I think it's 484s. If you look at like them, you'll find out what they are. I just don't like the look. Not my cup of tea. They just don't look like there'll be a train that'll excite me.
I don't know. I've only ever ridden.
I never even got to go on the old ones. Never even been to Isle of Wight.
I've been on the preserved line on the Isle of Wight.
Yeah.
Although preserved is a very, very chosen word because it's terrible. It's so bumpy. It's like a bloody roller coaster just going, you know.
You're selling it well.
Wow. Back coming from Southampton. Obviously, I used to live a stone's throw away from Isle of Wight.
You could chuck a stone over, couldn't you?
Yeah, literally, you could. Like, I mean, from where I used to live in a town called Hythe, which had shared a coastline with which like it's just down the coast of Southampton. And if you looked one way, you saw Southampton. If you looked another way, you saw Portsmouth. And if you looked another way, you saw the Isle of Wight.
Yep.
And yeah, it was. Let's just say there's a nickname for people from the Isle of Wight.
Is it safe for work?
No, it's not safe. It's definitely not safe for stream.
We need to go to Cardiff and try the 769s. We've got 769s that come down Blackpool. I mean, I don't think they're doing service yet. They keep coming down on test and stuff under ECS and training and stuff. Still a 319 to me.
Just saying numbers to me, mate.
Train. It's just a train. Yeah, TFW got some GWR and Northern, aren't they? The ones for GWR, aren't they? Are they tri-mode ones where the diesel, battery, and electric? I could be wrong here.
Right, so I think I'm about done modelling that, so I'm gonna do a shadow bake.
Oh, Dean's asking, do you know how to do the variant where you can actually add smoke chimney?
What, like smoke coming from a chimney?
Yeah, like the emitters and emitters. I know there's houses on the Coogee side where they had emitters.
Yeah,
I don't actually think DG even had them anymore.
That'd be done using Blueprint, but you don't want it on all houses. You'd have to do that as like a variant.
Yeah.
You just pop it here and there.
I don't think it's really worth it, to be honest.
You don't really see chimneys in use very much nowadays.
That is very true.
Because like central heating and whatnot, you don't really see smoke from chimneys.
Thing is though, as well in TS, you don't see it very well. Anyway, you have to get really, really close.
Yeah. The render distance on emitters is trash, absolute trash. This is one of the massive issues we had with Ratcliffe, where I put those huge emitters in the cooling towers.
You can barely see them, can you? You've got to literally get that up there.
You can only see it if you're at the foot of the cooling tower.
If you get a right angle, you can sort of see it. But yeah, it's a shame that it would be absolutely superb if you could actually see that from like where it renders in. You can see the smoke like pluming up, like it does obviously in real life. Maybe a TS Will thing. Maybe one day if we ever did that again, if we ever do stuff, that'd be nice.
That would be nice. No, I completely agree with you.
Because that sort of stuff probably would work better on it.
One thing I am going to do for you, mate, just for you, is I'm going to put a bit of a concrete base on this, so that you don't need to worry.
See, I did actually think of asking for a concrete base, but I thought maybe not. But yeah, that would be cool because obviously.
See, I know you too well, mate.
Yeah, it'd be quite nice that for
just for ease.
Building
of
up like sort of gardens as well, because you obviously have the concrete front them. That's cool.
Just,
very nice of you.
I'll try my best, you know.
See, I didn't have to demand it. Will just knew.
You know, when you walk into the same door all the time, you know, you tend to know where it is.
He knows what I'm after. I don't have to say anymore.
Say no more. Say no more. I got you, mate.
You've got me back.
Let's. That was my select right.
The good thing with them as well, anyway, with concrete base, you don't have to always have them because you can just sink them onto the ground if you don't need it.
Well, that's it, isn't it? I like you've got a little bit of a step on this building anyway, so you can sink it a bit lower if you have to.
Mm-hmm.
So let's quickly do a cheap and dirty flatten map on UV channel 2, because UV channel 2 is what the light map is going to be shown from. So my machine might crash while I do this because it does that from time to time.
Pray for Will's PC.
Actually,
have you saved? Have you saved?
I'm going to quickly save because I haven't saved yet.
We don't want to be doing this again.
No, not again.
Aaron Thomas, you had a cap ride on the D stock. Great time. Also on the C stock. Excellent stuff. The only thing I've done is S8 for the cab ride. That was good fun. That was very good fun.
Oh, it was until you had to share a cab with 40.
It was very cramped. There was a lot of us in there at the time.
Yeah.
So you couldn't get away with that.
You went with Mark as well, didn't you?
It was me, Mark, Alex, and then obviously Chris driving.
Yeah.
And then also, not just that, there was another driver that jumped in, obviously, because he was going home, so he jumped in as well. Him and his mate. So there was about 6 of us crammed in this little cab. Then I've got my tripod in the corner, sort of in the doorway where the guy had to get out. So I had to put all that away when I got into the station because I was recording the cab ride.
Yeah, absolute.
It was very, very cramped. It was good though.
Quick check I did that on the right channel. Oh, I didn't actually unwrap it. Oh, it's because I haven't done it yet. Come on, Will.
You had a brain trump.
Yeah, just a bit. Oh, didn't crash. Okay, it wasn't complicated enough to crash. I've had Reading do that to me a couple of times.
Oh. Well, that's understandable with me such a big building as well.
It's silly. The canopy takes forever to load. That's why I've done it as a separate asset.
Yeah. It works well though. It's 4 separate assets, isn't it?
5 if you include the cutting.
Is it 5 now, isn't it? Yeah, that's it. 4 buildings and the cutting thing.
It is looking good though. I'm happy with it at least.
It's very, very nice.
Considering the amount of reference we had for it. The fact that you can no longer see it on maps. That's the painful one, you know.
It's not so bad for the building placement around it because all those are going to be the same buildings in shape at least anyway.
Oh, you say that. There's one big office block which is like half a mile down track and it's been completely demolished and it used to be like a really cool Art Deco style office building. Like hexagonal thing. It was really cool. So I
mean, I can still see that because I can go back in time at least. It's just obviously for overlay, you can never go back. Which is a shame, really. It would be quite cool if you could specify like a year to like go back on. That'd be cool. But never gonna happen.
Never say never.
Sometimes the small car parks are still too big for recreating real car parks. If you could create like 2 parking bays with street light, you'll be able to fill the missing gap. Car parks would be a nice thing to see, actually, to be fair. Like a proper one with like a base.
Well, I did.
Because we use Kuju ones quite a lot still, so that might be another thing maybe one day.
Yeah, I did those decals so you can place your own.
Yeah.
But it is a bit of a faff.
Yeah, I think it'd be quite cool maybe to do actually like a padded one where you can put a base on it so we can sink it to where we need to. But like how you do with the allotments. You know, so they've got that little slope around it. Without putting cars in it, we just put our own cars on it anyway. But yeah, that's another thing that would be quite cool. Some different shapes and sizes. So those are plenty of ideas.
Oh, I forget to tell it to pay attention to lighting. Bake.
House good for my roots. What's that, Whitemead? That house definitely good for my roots. All roots, JT roots everywhere.
All of the small ones come with railings. Oh. I could probably throw something like that together at some point.
I think the ones at DTG, DTG did quite a newer set. They replaced their old style ones. So they've got like the Armco crash barrier sort of stuff on it. You know, the metal that in between that on the motorway, you see that metal barrier thing.
Yeah.
Stuff like that on it. I mean, you could obviously do whatever you want. You can do some without, whatever. It's definitely something to think of. Food for thought. It would be nice to get rid of them old Cujo ones with the old blurry Ford Fiestas and whatever they are on it. Old Vauxhall Astra, pixelated red.
Suppose I might have to do some vehicles at some point.
Hmm.
The last one I didn't go too bad. That was the
Tram.
No, Boris. No, don't talk about.
What car did you do last?
I didn't do a car. I did bus.
Oh yeah, the buses. They're alright then. You did the double decker and the single deck one, didn't you?
Yeah, I did the Enviromaster 200 and the
Just gonna have a look at them now. Yeah, Enviro 200, which is the single decker.
And what was the other one called? Routemaster?
Yeah, double decker one, Routemaster, isn't it? Hang on.
Boris bus. It was a Boris bus.
Routemaster double. Yeah. It's the new Boris bus. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's got the window that goes up along the stairs.
Up the side. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
They're good models, then.
Of course they are. I made them. Don't you sound quite so surprised,
You can do buses. You can do vehicles. and you put your personalised just trains license plate on there. JU5T TR4IN5.
Yeah. It's totally
What's on the other one?
plate.
Oh, same on the other one as well.
Yeah, it's the same texture. To be fair, I did those ages and ages and ages ago, like back on.
They did feature on the Metline. Yeah, they did feature for the Metline because I remember parking one of them actually outside Watford on the full stop there.
Yeah, I did them about the same time as Watford actually.
Did you do some green ones as well for Cornish?
Yeah, I retextured. No, it wasn't Cornish. It was Sheffield Derby.
Oh, was it? I know they featured on Cornish as well. They probably used the same bus.
Probably used the same. I'm fairly certain I did them for Sheffield Derby.
I did use the green one actually. I think on Erewash Valley at what's it called, the first station, Alfreton.
Yeah.
An ALX 400. I would love to see that bus in TS. I don't know what that is. I'm not a bus spotter. I'm gonna have to Google it now.
I don't know. You get all kinds of spotters in the world now.
ALX 400.
Like those crossing spotters. Yeah, I still can't.
I know what the ALX 400 look. Yeah, it's there.
Send us a link.
Hang on. Get an image.
Oh, the suspense is killing me now.
Hang on. Don't worry. Don't get too excited.
Hey.
It's a bus.
If I can get excited over trains, I can get excited over buses.
I know what it is though. To be quite fair, I think they were quite a common type of bus then for a good while anyway. I think in Blackpool had something like that.
Have you sent it to me? Sorry.
I have.
Because Discord's not going to go off, is it? What a doofus.
The texture website, is it textures.com you're using there, Will?
Yeah, textures.com. Yep. It's the website I use for almost all of my textures. If I can't find it, I'll make it. I hope I
Will's gone bus spotting, look.
Yeah.
He's got all them pictures of buses.
Yeah. Choking now.
I'm going to tell Mike going bus spotting.
Yeah, do it. I'll just go sit on I'll go on a bus tour. I'll go sit on a bus for 4 hours.
I did that actually. Went to Barcelona, sat on a bus for about 4 hours. It's quite good actually.
To be fair, I did the exact same thing when I went to Barcelona.
It was very good.
Did you go on like the one with like the little The tall one where you get given me earphones and it like.
Yeah, we went around like is it the Olympic Park area? Was it the Olympics Park sort of area? Yeah, we went around that part. We did only one of them. We didn't have enough time to do like 2.
Yeah, when I went, because I went to Barcelona when I went on a cruise.
Yeah.
Because I like this is literally the last holiday I went on, like back when I was 17. Went on a Mediterranean cruise for 2 weeks with my grandparents.
Yeah.
And stopped off at Barcelona. Spent must have been close to like 4 hours on one of those tour buses, going around seeing all of the architecture and stuff, and the Sagrada Familia and stuff like that. It's fantastic.
Really good though. Real good.
I've saved that in the wrong format. So you just
could you make requesting there? Could you make a half option for the council house as well, just in case? Like, so you could have half of one, half of a different skin.
Not like half.
I don't know how many skins you're doing here. Like.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do the one for tonight probably. And I'll do the low poly version, and I will do.
This is the thing where we'll do some different ones, won't we? So yeah, we could probably get a half and half, so we can probably put 2 different ones together or whatever. Unless you can chop and change a few different variants together as well in one model.
I mean, you know, variety is
whatever's the easiest.
I mean, I did that with the fences last month.
Yeah.
You know, just worked away on some fences whilst waiting for some stuff to load. Waiting for some feedback from you, because you take forever for feedback.
I know.
You're terrible, mate.
I'm sorry.
Oh man, I'm really losing it now. Why didn't that save as a DDS? File, save as, DDS, save. There you go.
Is there a new people asset on the HLV1 York Station? It's full of people in suits. It's down to the I know what you mean. It's down to the invisible platform, basically, whatever that's set to.
I was about to say, I haven't seen any yet.
It depends on what the invisible platform variant is referenced to as the characters.
I don't root build, so I don't know. I barely asset build, you know. So.
When you're starting.
Oh mate, I dare. I put you out of job.
Put my feet up.
Yeah, mate. Put your feet up all the way to the unemployment line.
Yay!
Woo! So, just deselecting all the stuff I don't want to be red brick. I mean, there's not really like in this area that Mark sent me. There's not really much in the way of like variation. Like you get the odd like painted brick and the odd what's it called when it's flint covered? You know what I mean?
Yeah, Pebble Dash sort of stuff.
Pebble Dash, thank you. I'm losing it today. Like my memory's shot right now. I don't know what I've done. Just woke up on the wrong side of the bed, forgot my name. You know how it goes. Delete that extra poly in a bit. Set ID 2.
Can we please make a Leyland Titan? I assume that's a bus. We're gonna have to go and have a look what that is now.
Yeah, you do it and tell me if
I'll do the bus. I'll do the research. Bloody hell, that's an old bus.
Is it not a bus?
It's an old bus.
Oh, it's an old bus.
It's an older bus.
It's it's one of the
I
older
mean,
generation.
I suppose probably not, to be fair, because that wouldn't really fit in some of the routes we're doing. It would have to be a case of what does it fit in with what we're achieving era-wise. That's probably a little bit too old for some of our routes.
Hmm.
I'm assuming they're probably early 2000s sort of thing, really.
Early noughties.
Early noughties. I'm just guessing it. I don't know buses, but that to me looks sort of like they sort of phased away at that stage.
I don't know. There's that.
I do remember sort of seeing them around in Blackpool. I think I used to go to school on some of them in the early noughties.
What's that? What's that stock that's basically a bus on wheels on
Pacer.
tracks? Pacer, yeah.
There were the Leyland thingy. Can't remember what it was now. It's gone blank. Someone will tell. Someone will say it in here.
Someone will say.
Someone will know what they are. I forgot.
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw one of those because there's one of those that runs on
Weardale.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, they're the 141s.
yeah, I remember when I first saw one because I was like, bloody hell, it looks like a bus. Because it basically was. Wasn't it? It was just like, that's how they built them.
It literally was. They were a bus and they converted them.
Yeah. I mean, I can think of easier ways to convert stuff, you know. Rather than being like, you know what this bus could be? This bus could be a train. Wow, that's quite ambitious. Create the inside of an airport and have someone make a passenger buggy on invisible rails to drive around the terminals. You'd have to set that up.
That could be its own route in itself.
Oh, just drive a little buggy
Airport route.
I'm still determined to make it like a mini railway one of these days. There's a great one in Saltburn, which looks quite appealing. Unfortunately, I haven't actually been on it because what do these belong to? I'm losing it now. Oh wait, I think I know what these are. Yeah. Oh, never mind me. Yeah, I never actually went on it because obviously lockdown and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
It wasn't running when I went to Saltburn last. Good fish and chips in Saltburn, though. That's one thing I've noticed up north. There's not really great fish and chips.
Can't be a good shipping.
Well, you know, but it's. I don't know what it's like in Blackpool, but in the northeast, I'm struggling to find like.
Bad. Blackpool, you might
like
the polystyrene's probably better than the chippy, to be quite honest.
Well, you know, I'm not holding my hopes out, mate. It's Blackpool after all.
Fleetwood's alright. There's nice chip. I go to the nice chippy, and Fleetwood's good.
I'm not sure how I feel about that brick texture. Bricks are a bit too big right now. I'll keep it and see how it turns out. Let's get some more textures on. Slap some more textures on. Let's look for.
I've just been searching for ages what the Pacer was. It was a Leyland National. That's what the bus was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just literally sat there and researched it because I forgot what they were. The type of bus. Some of the times went abroad, such as New York, Las Vegas, Florida, USA, Melbourne, Australia, a couple of New Zealand. They also function as open-top sightseeing buses.
Oh yeah. Get a lot of those in the New Forest. Sightseeing buses.
Mm.
You know, always filled with old people and groggles. bit whiter.
If it wasn't for I found that website. Oh yeah, I know you use the textures site, didn't you, for your latest projects you've been doing, James?
Oh, like I actually found out about this website from JT. Before I started working for JT, I had an interview where Alex managed to squeeze 3 days worth of work out of me for free.
Not bitter, are you?
No, I'm not bitter at all. Every time I say this story, I say that. But yeah, Alex on the phone call, like Alex was like, "Oh yeah, don't worry, you feel free to use textures from textures.com, and because we've got credits and stuff like that." Oh, okay. So and since then I've been using it. Like I was like, "Oh my god, where has this been all my life?" You know. Oh.
Do you offer quite a lot of credits on it then?
So on a free account you get 15, which you can use a day.
Yeah.
I've never run out on a day. And obviously I use it for like up to 8 hours a day sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't only use this. The beauty about textures.com is it is like technically CCO. Obviously you have to give credit to the website and stuff like that, which we do in all our manuals. But it really helps tiptoe around the whole copyright stuff.
Yeah.
A square piece of very clear glass would be great.
You could probably sort of do that in like with that block sort of thing.
Yeah, I need to look into this because I've not seen anything like that. Does it literally have the same thing that the decals have?
It's actually like I have seen people do stuff in the freeware side have it where it's like literally is a different size of the glass sort of like made as an asset, so you can make like your own window shelters and stuff like that. I've seen them being used on. I've never used them personally, but I have seen them.
Fair enough. I mean, you know, if it works.
I mean, it's one of them, is it? Yeah, I mean, you can kit bash stuff out of things. It's one of them, isn't it?
I mean, I know this is something we're looking to do, like make more kit bashy stuff for people.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to think of a good way to put it, you know. I don't want to have to model so much, so I want to make
Bill just wants an easy day.
I just want an easy day, you know. I wake up, do an hour's worth of modeling, go back to bed. You know, that's the dream.
Ferris Bueller's day off.
Yeah, you know. No, I want to give people as much like creative freedom as possible. That's why I always try to make sure that my models have the correct origin, the correct alignment, so you can scale them properly. You know. And on the assets that I don't do, I am trying my best to fix them, but obviously I can't touch them too much because once they've already been laid, they're just going to mess with the entire route. Yeah. I quite like the idea of just like creating a load of kit bash stuff because I know how like so many people do it.
Yeah, I do like kit bashing myself. I do actually like kit bashing. You can get some really cool finishes if you have the right stuff.
Do I be cheeky? Yeah, I'll be cheeky.
You're being cheeky?
Yeah, I'm being cheeky, mate. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to get the most amount of texture allowance. You know what I mean? The most amount of my textures.
Yeah.
Don't go in my mouth though. Right. No, I don't like that. Let's find a different kind of concrete. Rough concrete. Yeah, that'll do the job. You know, one of these days I'm going to be able to talk and do this at the same time.
We'll have to learn somewhere, mate. Even I've not grasped that yet.
It's a
Excuse
fun
me.
one. We'll save this as JT House Misc.
You made a lobby of an airport terminal on your route, scaled down a static plane, and used the signpost to look like wire suspending the plane from the ceiling. That's cool.
That's nifty.
That's really cool.
I mean, we got just posts in our library now, haven't we?
We have got metal posts and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah. We've added a few more recently, haven't we? Have we not?
I think so. I can't remember. I think we have.
Didn't Callum do some?
Callum did some newer ones. Yeah, newer galvanized metal. I think they actually went in the latest common library.
Yeah.
I think.
Well,
I
yeah.
actually don't have a clue what went in the last one, to be honest. I know there was a few, obviously the fences in that went in there, but I don't know what else went in.
I need to check the update log that I wrote. Oh man, I'm getting worse and worse. I'm telling you.
The other one I definitely know of was the fence panels.
Oh, they went in the one before that.
Yeah.
A nice little tip that I can give people who do textures the same way I do with multi-subs. I rarely ever use the first texture slot of a multi-sub, because whenever you create a new poly, it automatically assigns itself to ID1. So this way, if you have it set to always start on ID2 and downwards, ID1 always looks back and it will throw up a flag every time you try to export it, so that way you know you're not missing any faces. All of that's gone straight over Tom's head, but it's just
Yep.
bit of friendly advice from developer to developer.
Your friendly neighborhood developer.
Friendly neighborhood dev. IQVs, linear backing, and to anyone using 3ds Max, always try and use text tools. It will make your life so much easier and so much quicker. Makes unwrapping so much quicker. I want these to be here-ish.
Dean's also happy we've now got the black back racks. Very useful. We've got quite a few different colours, didn't we, recently? Different variants.
Yeah, we've been really sort of pumping stuff, haven't we? We've got the nice smaller ones as well, like the bucket I've made. Oh, Mark was raving about that bucket.
I haven't actually seen it yet. I must have it
Have
now.
you not?
I think I've got the newest common library now.
I put JT branding on it and he screamed at me. He was like, "No, it shouldn't be JT branded."
Did I download it? I probably didn't download it. I did say I was going to do it now. Reading.
I mean, that was only what, 2 weeks ago? You were
Yeah,
supposed to download that, mate.
Yeah, I'll download it.
You'll re-download it, alright, mate.
I'll re-download it again.
Yeah. I'm
so
sure.
forgetful.
I'm sure you'll look at it in like a couple of months' time.
I'm so forgetful. I'll definitely download it when I start doing Reading.
Yeah. Well, you got to put it on
I think.
Reddit. So one would
I
I
might do.
if the fancy takes you, mate.
Yeah, see how I feel.
You could be having an off day. You never know.
I might be ill. I might be a bit ill that day.
I just put him a little bit of white keystone above the windows and doors. See, I'm really pressured now to finish this in this stream because because Scott and Mark have pressured me, and you pressured me as well. You know, all I get is pressure, pressure, pressure.
Peer pressure.
Yeah, it's terrible. You know, like that saying, you know, you wouldn't jump off a bridge if your friends told you to do it. You know, but unfortunately, my friends tell me to do it all the time.
You've not hurt yourself yet, though, have you?
Not yet. Yeah, being the operative word. No, it's fine. I don't get a friend at JT. We like to call it nudged. Right.
Oh, glad to hear you enjoying it, Nigel.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I like showing people what we do. I've really enjoyed these dev streams recently. You know,
It opens like my eyes as well to what you do and how much work goes into things as well.
well, you know.
I think these sort of streams as well makes people appreciate what sort of work goes in as well, and sort of knowing what happens in the background to make things obviously turn out to the end product. It's not everywhere streams this sort of stuff, so.
Well, no, a lot of the time you just get like finished product bang, you know.
Yeah, they are. There's a few posts here and there, and that's it. But if we can bring these obviously extra bits, if you see the processes that go into things as well, it opens people's eyes into that sort of area as well, and it also gives people ideas on how to do things as well. They can learn as well. So if you get people ask the questions along the way, how to do this and how to do that, it's always good to give the gen out a bit there as well.
JT, always there to help, you know.
Hmm.
I sound so sarcastic. I didn't mean it to be sarcastic.
Bad will.
I'm gonna get sacked now. Let's select Glotter in. Still got windows to do yet.
Oh.
Windows and doors.
And now my stuff.
Oh yeah.
Still doing it.
Still doing it, are you, mate?
Who owns JT?
Don't really know how to answer that one.
Yeah, I don't actually know how to answer that one properly, because obviously you've got like the shareholders as well and all stuff like that.
The shareholders, you've got the higher ups, you know.
Yeah. I don't want to give the wrong answer there.
I don't. Yeah, I just trying to be really PC about it. It's lizard people.
Can Scott answer that one for us?
All hail our lizards overlords.
Thomas owns JT. Just count me money. 1p, 2p. Oh, I've only got that much. I mean, I always know obviously Andy's our main higher up into that, but obviously they've got the shareholders obviously that in that side of things. So there's a lot of higher ups really that contribute.
You know. Yeah, it is. JT and JF are sister companies, so
yeah.
You know, I mean, technically, I'm hired by. I'm hired by Just Flight, so. I do the JT stuff, so. You stuck with me, I'm afraid, mate.
Damn.
Damn. Oh, good heavens.
You know, Jeff was actually Jeff's been here for 26 years. Wow. It's mad. It's only 4 years younger than me. JT 16 years. As a customer, I discovered JT when Rail Simulator turned up. So Train Sim, as we know it now, but under Rail Sim, that's when I actually discovered JT.
Was that? I don't know much about the history of Train Sim. Was that before or after Kuju?
So Rail Simulator was Kuju. Yeah. So when it first started out, it was named Rail Simulator for the first year or so, and then it changed into Railworks, and it stayed under Railworks for a few years, like Railworks 2, I think Railworks 3, and then it changed under to like Train Simulator, and then as we now know it under it, like each year it gets it's different year added onto it. So it was like RSC, and then it was DTG. Obviously, I think RSC just rebranded into DTG. I think. On a few Jeff stuff, mostly older stuff. James, nice. I don't know how many people obviously watch our streams do flight as well. I'm not really sure that. Obviously, because we only cater for the train side, but I'm assuming some people probably do the flight side at least as well.
Oh yeah, they tend to go sort of hand in hand. I mean, like there's like even with us, we have a mutual appreciation for the flight stuff.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, Alex is mad about the flight stuff.
He is. I just don't know much about planes fun that take you to nice warm destinations. I have no idea what planes are what. That's one of my things. I don't know what type of plane would be. I know what the Red Arrow.
I mean, you say that, mate. I don't know what trains what, so.
Yeah. I like watching air shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I love that.
I used to go to like the Bournemouth Air Show quite a lot back when I was down south.
Well, handy for us could be obviously the Blackpool one. It's been cancelled again this year though, sadly. Understandable though. Hopefully maybe next year. Fingers crossed.
Let's do a cheeky little trick that I like to do with chimneys. Because they're normally made of terracotta or red brick, like the stuff that red brick is, like clay. You can normally get away with using the the brick texture and just really making the UV tiny, so that it's mostly just block color, like that.
Yeah.
And then you let the shadow map do the rest of the work for you. Of course, it becomes a slight issue when you start changing the colour of brick and stuff, which I've had happen before, and suddenly you have chimneys which are random colours.
Not Bournemouth Air Show still on apparently this year.
Oh, is it? I mean, it takes quite a lot to cancel the Bournemouth Air Show.
Yeah, I've only ever been to Blackpool one.
The Bournemouth one's great if you like going to Bournemouth.
I've only ever been through on the train. Never got off route.
I mean, you're not really missing a great deal at Bournemouth. I think the last time I went to Bournemouth was to go watch Darren Brown. But you know how it goes. Like Bournemouth is full of old people and criminals. And sometimes old criminals.
Which category do you come under? Sorry. I had to.
It's alright, mate, because you're older than I am. I'm a fresh young face, so.
International Air Tattoo. That's another thing I would love to go to. Is the RIAT. That's in Oxfordshire, I think, isn't it?
Not August.
I think. I know it's around Alex's neck of the wood.
It's one of those things where like if you live near something but like don't go, you don't really know much about it. Like for example, back when me and my wife used to live in Havant, we were down the road to Goodwood.
Yeah.
And you know, they do the Festival of Speed every year and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Never once been. Always wanted to, but never really got round to it. You know.
Yeah.
Used to go
It's usually
to.
the case, though, isn't it? It's one of them. You tend to never go to things that are near right on your doorstep.
Well, that's it, isn't it?
Oh, wow.
Like back when I used to live in my hometown Hyde, we were a couple of mile drive away from the Bewley Motor Museum.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you ever get the chance to go to Bewley Motor Museum, I'd definitely do it because it's so good, so fun.
Yeah.
Like they got like the original Bluebird there and stuff, you know.
Based.
Well,
I remember going to
a replica of the original Bluebird.
Not Coventry, sorry, Warwick Motor Museum. Been there.
Mm.
That was good. Went off-roading in a Land Rover Discovery as well.
Oh yeah.
20 minutes. I didn't drive obviously, but it was like a 20-minute go around this course for like £5. It was really good.
Bit sad you didn't get to drive.
No, it was decent. To be quite fair, I'd probably have like tipped it over or something.
Wow. You know,
I saw the hills that we went
on.
up and down. It was quite interesting. Good. It's next door to where they build Land Rovers and the Aston Martins and that. So you saw like all them going out getting tested and stuff as well, and a sort of like disguised cloth going over the top of them. That was quite interesting as well. Bit of car information there for the car fans.
I don't really know much about cars, but I do like cars. Right, let's find an appropriate shingle. Oh, we've got the red arrows there. Fair enough.
Beast.
I mean, they come out to everything. You know, you can't.
I think Red Arrows wasn't last year obviously, but I think year before, like Red Arrows were like booked to not be here at all. Like 1 year or something, they were like overseas in USA.
Really?
Yeah, because they usually do the Black Player show, but we had to have like the next best thing, like the Tesco Value at Red Arrows. Like a French equivalent.
Blue arrows. Oh, look up in sky.
I think they were a French one, but it was like an equivalent to them.
Oh, great! I love it.
I think it was. I'm not sure if it was last year actually when everything got cancelled. It might have been. It could have been last year and then or year before.
I don't know. But last year, in my opinion, was like a nothing year. So like. You know, it's like I was saying.
I think it sort of turned that into this year though, because I know a lot of things have already been cancelled, haven't they? I know some places have sort of opened, but a lot of these like big like crowd bringers obviously are sort of like steered away, aren't they?
Well, the one that really confused me is because I'm quite avid into the video game industry, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
The BlizzCon, they moved it from September to February or March, but it's like been a continuing thing ever since. But they haven't, obviously, it's been like an online thing.
Mm-hmm.
But they've been moving that way for the last couple of years anyway.
Yeah.
And it feels like it's been like they're doing them like every week now. And it's just it feels really weird in my opinion.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm not really a massive convention guy. Like I used to do MCM a bit. Go to London and do MCM. That was good fun.
Cool.
No. Definitely takes all types, you know. There's a convention for everyone, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Save that out. Yep. And my brain's slowly shutting down because I'm getting more and more slower and slower, you know.
Bless you. I can actually see Castle Carey. I'm not far.
Oh mate,
If I zoom in, I can see it around the bend.
On the horizon.
It's literally like a bend or so away now. Not that far. I'm getting there. It will be there tonight. 10-8. Nigel, thank you very much, mate. Take care. Enjoy. Or was it the 2019 tour that in there, Darren? Thought it was.
Right, now we want to move on to our doors and windows.
Hey.
So let's see what we can find on textures to save.
I've saved Alvin round.
I said you buy one.
I say buy one, you get one free. I'll give you another one, absolutely free. Good. I did need the whole set.
I was watching this thing a couple of months ago for like British adverts, like adverts that only people would know, only British people would know the jingle for.
Yeah.
And my wife, who's German, was sat next to me, and I must look like a complete and utter weirdo, just sat there doing like 0800 00 1066, you know.
Hastings. I know it. I think I'm with Hastings actually. I think I either am or was. I definitely have been with Hastings.
I've been with Hastings before. I tend to swap every year because they just can't.
I think I am with Hastings. I am. I had to think then.
You had to think, did you?
I did have to think. Who my car was insured with.
I had this issue where my car wasn't running and I needed to get insured in someone else's car. And it took me half an hour to figure out who I was actually insured with because I've been with so many different insurers.
It'd be no good if I got pulled over by the police. Who are you insured with? Just bear with me a minute. Yeah, I don't know.
You know, phone up Admiral and they'd be like, oh yeah, we've got an old one for you, but it's like 4 years old. It's like, oh bugger, wrong one. Okay, thank you anyway. You know. Oh, absolute mess.
Hey up, Matt. I said you buy one, you get one free.
I said you buy one, you get one free. I can't find the that kind of textures I want, but I know they exist. Let's look for.
Tell you what, don't you just love it when there's a section of route that doesn't need much scenery editing? There's barely any bushes or trees down. It's literally just open land.
I can't say I really know that feeling because most of the routes
I love that feeling. I love that feeling. On to the next section now.
Even some like derelict PVC windows would be great.
Yeah, smash window.
Yeah. Well, I can easily fix a smash window.
A board up window.
Let's wait a bit closer. That one's better. Goodness. Way too low res. This is going to drive me spare, you know that. I knew I should have prepared some windows.
What is it you used to say? The six what?
Oh yeah, I can't say that
6 Ps.
The 6 Ps. Prior preparation prevents poor performance. I'll let you figure out where the 6P goes.
I think I can remember which one that is.
Oh. That's right. I'll do the door.
I'm only thinking what Alex would say.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna get an earful tomorrow. I can feel it. Why don't my loft show up on 000 loft text diff?
I'll leave that one to you because I have no idea.
Is this in editor? Is it just not showing up in editor? Like, are you like in Blueprint trying to get it to show through Blueprint? Cracked windows.
Windows.
I'll do a silhouette of Tom just like looking out the windows like through the curtains.
I won't like to be looking at the window if someone's smashing it.
Yeah, much of a choice in Blackpool, do you?
I mean, my bruise has gone off the side of my head. Just noticed. Must be the light in the house.
Oh, is it?
It was probably actually quite. It was still light, to be fair, though, when we were streaming, wasn't it? Oh, someone's just light.
Yeah.
Trace Wells, thank you very much for. I assume that's the light. Is that a follow? You have to tell me that. Trace Wells.
I'll have a look.
It's
Yeah, it was a follow. It was a follow.
Hello, thank you very much for the follow. I haven't got the thing in front of me for that, so happy day. Thank you very much. Good evening to you.
All of these doors, and none of them what I want. I mean, I can take a bit of this one. Let's take this. Because the door that's on the side of that house is a little stubby one. For the little people to enter. Do a bit of repair with the spot removal tool. The best tool in Photoshop.
Free Just Max to viewer.
Hmm?
Free Just Max to viewer.
3ds Max to viewer. Okay, have you checked to see your model zeroed in on 00 and it's going along the Y as opposed to the X? It's very, very finicky getting lost to show up. I've lost my rag at a number of losts before. Another thing that helps as well is resetting the X form. If you don't know how to do that, I'll quickly show you. So what you want to do is you want to select your asset. Go to the pivot and reset the pivot. Make sure it's on 00, which is currently not for me. Okay.
Whilst Will's trying to tell you how to do it, he's not got it right himself.
Yeah. I'm not doing a loft. Lofts are very finicky on this. And then you go to the Utilities tab and go Reset X Form. Reset selected. And then convert it back to an editable poly, and it should help it zero in and get rid of any dodgy translation that's been kept in the model. Make sure the texture goes vertically as opposed to horizontally, and make sure that your UVs are twisted to go vertically as well, and that your model doesn't convex in on itself. It has to be a solid profile. Yeah, they're too, like, as far as I'm concerned, like, loss are way too finicky.
One thing to remember is obviously if you go onto our YouTube channel, the stream still will be on there from when Will did the fence lofts.
Yeah,
so
that's a very good point. Yeah, if you're stuck, I follow the video I did on there, and that should help hopefully. I mean, I assume you're using like a 3ds Max 19 or before, because I guess you've made models before and stuff like that. Because that, well, I guess it wouldn't work otherwise because plugins aren't available for the new ones.
Yeah.
I'm mumbling now. Oh, it's hard to focus on like 5 things at once, isn't it?
Men cannot multitask.
What do I want? I want double glazing. Double glaze.
Do we want double glazing? When do we want it now?
Ideally as soon as possible because it's freezing. Old apartments maybe? What was that? What's that? That just caught my eye. Tool. What we got on tool? So how's your route going right now, Tom? Are you still plowing your trees?
I am still ploughing with the trees. I am. Let's have a look. Let's have a meter count. How far away am I from the station? I am. I'm 2,700 meters away. Which, to be fair, it sounds a lot. I mean, it was 5,000 meters today.
Oh,
which is 3.1 miles.
Good.
So, I've done quite a good section so far. I'm over halfway, but it's not actually that far, to be fair. I mean, it sounds quite a lot, really, but it's literally just one swooping curve into the station, so it's not too far. Put another section of trees. So what I'm doing is I'm doing like a bridge to a bridge, putting all the finer foliage in, all the different variants in that, put the trees, and then go another section up rather than doing a whole lot in one go, which I usually do. I usually work to do a 2-mile section a day, which is 3,700 meters. But I wanted to try and do a big push on it today. This is the last station I'll be passing before Coglow. So Coglow Junction is the next like stage then, really.
Yeah.
Feature. There's no more stations between there. It's like a 20-mile section. It's like do 2 miles a day again at that. So at the minimum, I think I've been doing 2.3 anyway. I've been doing a little bit more than 2 miles, so it's all good.
Oh, it's good to hear.
It all plays well. It's all in favour.
I mean, we normally work to these kinds of deadlines on like a regular basis. I think we're a bit more under it when it comes to swegs.
Yeah.
Because we want to get it done to a high standard, so that people are likely to want to actually buy it and drive it.
I can't wait to drive it. Actually sit there and just enjoy and have a drive. I haven't had time to do that yet.
I'm sure you'll find a time, mate.
Oh, the time will come.
Oh yes.
Well, to be quite fair, we haven't got any scenarios made on it yet. We need to get some. I know Mark's got timetables.
It's only a matter of time.
Yeah. Well, obviously, we're going through all the scenarios. We can't just use our usual methods and stuff like that. Or we have, but Mark's got loads of books and stuff. So I'm hoping he's going to do some scanning or whatever.
How does that all tie in? Because obviously it was a pre-existing route. Are you going to be copying over the scenarios that were already there, or?
No, we're getting rid of all the original ones. We're going to go for proper scenarios with the way we've been doing it with all the AP stock. So we'll do AP ones. We'll do some default ones. I don't think it's going to be the same high amount in scenarios that we've had in previous routes because just such a big route to cover. But there'll be enough to get people going out of the pack.
As long as I get my defaults,
you'll have something. Oh, you'll get some defaults. Don't you worry. You'll get you should see a scenario at least cover each section of the route in hopefully in each direction. I would have thought. So you'll get a run from like Reading down to Exeter there and back. You'll probably see something from like Bristol down to Exeter each way. you'll see something like a Bristol Weymouth, which will go from Bristol down Bath to Westbury up to Castle Carey that way around and stuff like that. Really,
That was good.
there'll be a nice number of runs in there, which will at least get you going.
I mean,
They come last.
I don't think I've driven the original route yet.
Have you not?
No. I think I've been very bad.
Very bad, Will.
Very naughty.
Very bad.
Let's just flip a couple of these so that it doesn't repeat too hard. Oh, wrong way to flip it. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it repeats too much. I mean, you're not going to get people walking up and looking through the windows, are you?
Nope. It's looking very good, mate. I keep flicking on and off because I haven't got that. All I can see, I've got Google Earth over the actual stream, but I can see the chat. I have to like sort of separate me my windows over. But yeah, it's looking very good, mate.
It's getting there.
You gone for the patio doors?
Yeah, I've gone French doors, which I'm regretting, but still.
Yeah. Who makes / made reskins for JT? Do you mean as in like the rolling stock cost 43, like the trains? I assume you mean trains rather than buildings.
I can imagine. I mean,
It would be Tom Williams, won't it?
We don't really reskin buildings, mate.
No, well, you reskinned some houses once, didn't you?
I
did a few, didn't you?
No, I remodeled those.
Did you actually? You did, didn't you? Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
It wasn't as simple as a reskin. I did a complete remodel.
It was going to be a reskin, weren't it?
Yeah, it was going to be a reskin. And then I looked at the models and I was like, no.
Yeah.
Because they were so old and it wouldn't have been justice just to reskin them. So.
Mhm. So if you mean as in like the so it is the trains. Yeah. So trains originally were they were built and obviously skinned by Tom Williams. He used to work with us. He doesn't work with us anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, he did all the 60, the Voyager, the 222. He started off with the S-Stock, but he did do stuff along the way through there as well. But S-Stock was sort of like done with various other developers as well.
Yeah, the S-Stock was a kind of collaboration between me, Tom Williams, and Dan.
Yeah, there was a few on that, weren't there? Otherwise, mainly it was Tom that did all the older stuff. But yeah, he doesn't work with us anymore. He's not done for about a year now, has he?
We've had some reskins done by other people. But who did the today?
Yeah, Rob.
Rob,
you did some stuff on the Z Today with Rob. So Rob did the Z Today 3 pack.
I'm not going to take any credit for that. I only covered it with Snow.
You did
He did the bulk of the reskins.
Yeah. So Rob made all the extra variations of different liveries. Like covered all the years.
He upscaled the resolution as well.
So he took quite an aging model, if you will, brought it up to like modern standards in terms with the reskin stuff, upscaled all that. Will did all the snow, so the snow variation on it. So he did all the splattered snow up the front for that winter version. Rob also did the Voyager and the 222 advanced upgrades. So he did all the revamped skins on them as well. So you might know Rob Skitworth in the community, so he worked with us on that and did some other bits and pieces, fixing bits along the way as well there.
we do try our best to work with like people for community and stuff like that. You know, because at the end of the day, it's the community who's passionate about it. So
Yeah.
why
If
not?
you think, in that respect as well, you can say that as well. To be fair, with Hope Valley, because Hope Valley's been taken on by a developer from the community that we approached. So yeah, he's working on that.
Did we approach him or was it vice versa? I can't remember.
I think it's a bit of both, really. I think he wanted to do something anyway, and then we sort of like we knew him anyway through building other projects that he's done. So it was like, yeah, and it sort of went from there. Because I think he originally wanted to do a different route, didn't he? I think he wanted to do originally the Calder Valley.
Yes, yes. Because I remember doing asset lists for Calder Valley. And stuff like that.
And then it came about that instead of doing that, doing the Hope Valley. Because obviously it was an extension people wanted, so it turned to that.
Trying to find a nice net curtain now for our windows.
A net curtain?
Net curtain. That's a good one. Because I'm only using section of it, I'm going to be warping it and stuff like that. I don't really need to worry too much about, you know. Let's quickly,
Will there be a update to the 153? Nothing currently planned on that.
Yeah, never say never.
We never said never. No, it's just at the minute there's just no plans as such.
Nothing in the works, no.
Not looked on there. Has not needed it on textures. Is there anything like pub signs or anything like that?
We normally do them on model, don't we?
Yeah, I think you usually make them yourself, the textures for them, don't you?
Yeah, I always prefer to do branding myself. I don't know if there is actually. Let's have a look. That's not how you spell sign, Will.
How did you spell it?
Sogner.
Sogner.
Sogner, yeah. See, this is like most of this is like an American website and stuff like that, so you get a lot of American stuff on here. So you're not really going to get much in terms of like pub signs. Yeah, I tend to make a lot of those myself because it's fun to, in my opinion, it's fun to just sit down and make some advertisements. I mean, I've done some on some new ones on Swex, like that beer branding one. Do you remember the car?
Yeah.
I think that was Just Cars, wasn't it?
So.
Can't remember. That was a search French door. Oh, that was a bit too optimistic. Wait, I've already got a French door. I need a PVC door. I've made the French door. Goodness. It wasn't dark outside. Just go take a picture of my front door.
6p's, mate.
You're loving this, aren't you?
Just giving it back.
Oh yeah, I'm doing terrible. The stream started late. Stream started late.
It didn't start well, did it?
No. We're flapping all stream.
It'll end well though. We'll have a nice new house.
Yeah, we'll have a nice new house. Might have to go wooden door, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go wooden door. Don't think I've got any pictures of this is me just thinking about like all of my other models. It's gonna drive me crazy, you know.
Thing is, you'll find one tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I know. The moment
I'm like that with assets. You sit there for ages looking for something, you know it's there. Then the day after, when you don't want it, it'll pop up right in front of you.
yeah, and then you won't be able to find anything but that.
Yeah.
That'll have to do for now. It might change, but for the sake of the stream, so that I'm not just scrolling through image after image for the next God knows how long, I'll take this on for now. Just change the colour and get rid of some of the detail on it. But it doesn't look quite so posh because this is a council house after all. Let's get rid of... I do like using Photoshop. I do quite a bit of Photoshop work.
Have you used it? Really? Properly?
Oh, you only use
I think
Lightroom,
I did used to have it originally. I actually made a signature for my photography yonks ago. I followed a YouTube guide how to do it, and then I lost the signature, the actual file, because it was on my corrupt hard drive.
Oh, really?
I now can't have my own proper me good signature I used to have. I've just never, because I don't have it anymore. I've now just used a bog standard, just awful text on my pictures. It looks shocking.
Well, you should have asked me. I could bring you something together.
I might have to. it was nothing special. It was just sort of like fancy squiggly writing, just like Thomas Harrison photography in the corner. I stuff like now it's just like Arial text in the corner, just so I have a little copyright of my pictures. Because people like to nick pictures.
Yeah, I mean, like, I know it's only a matter of time until like some of my portfolio stuff gets out there. Like, I was shocked to find out that part of my work is still being used by my old company. I used to
really?
work for. Yeah. I was because I was.
Do you get any like praise on that or anything, like any like thanks?
Oh, to be serious. No, the old company I used to work for is still using my some of my images and stuff, which is flattering, I guess.
Yeah. I used the British Rail font on your signature there, James. Nice. I was like, it was like squiggly writing for the first part, and then underneath it was like photography. But yeah, I was quite proud of it because I'd never done anything in Photoshop before, so I was really proud of how it turned out. I was gutted when I lost it.
You still need to try and drop that hard drive up at me and see if I can get anything from it.
I've got it somewhere. So it is. I think it's sat in the box next to me somewhere in this big, massive like. It looks like a bedding box, but it's not a bedding box because we don't put bed in it. I've got all my stream stuff in it, all my green screen and stuff. It's in there somewhere. I will when we have our lads' day out Monday. I'll bring it with me.
Yeah, I'll see what I can
You
get
can just
from it.
take it with you and just have a look.
When we get to our next lads on tour.
Lads on tour.
Lads on tour. You get the bands out. Get Mark kicked out from an Indian again. And that will do. I might as well get a little letterbox in it. So let's find a little letterbox.
Oh, little letterbox as well.
Little
Cheeky.
letterbox. Needs some detail. I took the posh one off to put a not so posh one on. So.
What about a little door knocker or something?
No, it's council house, mate. Have you ever seen a door knocker on a bloody council house?
No, actually, no. They just use letterbox only.
Just, you know.
Top letterbox.
Oh yeah, funny enough, Tom's hard drive was a Seagate hard drive, wasn't it?
Yeah. The story behind it was that my main hard drive failed about 2 weeks or so into working for JT. So I managed to get it recovered for free of charge by Seagate. So I got all the stuff back on a external hard drive. I did all right out of it really because I managed to get about 6 terabytes worth of hard drive space out of it for a 2 terabyte hard drive. So I kept all my stuff on this external, and it was fine. About 2 years, well, it was last year. Randomly one day it was working. It was last year at some point, but it randomly worked, and then 10 minutes after it weren't working. It just stopped working. So I'd lost all the stuff that was on it as like storage. But yeah, it went. We sent it off somewhere. They couldn't do anything with it. Someone used to work with on the trams. He had a look at it as well. He had some sort of like different things he could maybe have a go, but no joy. But yeah, it's been annoying really. But fingers crossed we may be able to salvage if you can do anything with it. Have a go.
I'll give it my best.
Oh, my railway. It's got my train photos and stuff as well. I mean, I've managed to recover some of them off Flickr, like, but all my originals and stuff are all on there as well, which is a bit of a pain. A lot of photos. Like 10 years worth of photos.
See, this is why I use Dropbox and stuff like that. 'Cause, you know.
Yeah, well, Katie she's got all of her stuff. She managed to find it elsewhere. She did have a lot of stuff backed up on a hard drive of her dad's. So she managed to put all that onto a Google Drive, like, but for what I've got left, there's not really much point.
No, that's fair. I mean, me and my wife pay for Dropbox because, you know, I can't not have Dropbox.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of times
I've got Google Drive. I get me free Google Drive. I have bits and pieces on there, but
yeah, I can't risk it personally. Like, 'cause
no.
I've got all of my portfolio stuff and that on Dropbox and all of, well, my portfolio stuff's not too bad because at the end of the day I get that back from my website.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be lost if I lost. I've got a bunch of JT stuff on there as well. Like, just one more texture.
I'm just going to disappear for 2 moments.
Not an issue.
Let's
find some concrete. Oh, that's painful. Yeah, I've not lost anything corrupted wise, touch wood, but I've accidentally deleted stuff, which is, you know, I've done it on 3ds Max files before, where I've overwritten a station by accident, and the stress that caused me trying to get that back. Ever since then, I make sure I back everything up, like double if I have to.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Just talking about the time I almost deleted Matlock stage. Not that. Crumford.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. Oh, I've never been so worried in my life.
I just remember Mark saying you went very quiet.
Yeah, because it was just me and Mark on, and we were chatting. Then,
yeah, I was off that day.
Yeah, I mean, I just went quiet for like 2 hours, whilst I frantically tried recovering my work. You've got to love working with PCs, haven't you?
Oh, aye.
Right, so we got concrete 1. Right. I would say that's nicely modelled.
nicely, that. Nice,
So
lad.
I shall give it a good name. We'll call it 1_0200 house. And we'll start slapping on some LEDs. So
Hey.
we want our second LED to kick in at about 700. What are we currently working with? What's our try count?
Welcome back, Jake.
So our try count is currently 1600. Yeah. So I want to halve that. So that's 832. I want to get the second LED to. Let's see what magic I can pull. So first up, we'll weld all the vertices, which isn't going to work. I need to quickly fix the vertice bug you get when hiding isolated geometry in Unwrapper. So how's that looking? That's close enough. And then we shall do one more. And this is going to be the furthest LED, which is going to be 1200. Let's make it 1400. Make sure he's rendering it quite a distance away. We don't want the houses just popping into view.
No, no.
Get rid of that. You ain't going to see the chimneys, that's for sure. You're going to see the gutter in.
Well, good news. I have just got up to the last bridge now. The next section is through to the station.
Oh, congratulations, mate.
It's quite a long section, man. But
Wow.
it's the last section.
You got to start. You got to get somewhere, haven't you?
Mm.
Get rid of some extra geometry we don't need.
That's what we're doing here at the minute. We just, is this a chop the geometry, did you say?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get rid of as much geometry as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Like stuff I just don't need. I don't think I'm really going to get it much simpler than this.
Could probably drop the chimney, to be quite fair, for a low poly.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not doing the low poly one. I'm doing the LOG, mate.
Mm.
So yeah, I could probably chop a chimney. Not really going to save me much, but it'll save me some. Every little helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do. Not quite half, but close enough for my liking. Now, let's quickly make some night lights. So to do night lights, you need an emissive mask. So I will do one for the doors and one for windows. So I'll open those in separate files. Door, windows. So an emissive mask is a black and white image where the white is going to be where you want it to shine and the black is going to be where you want it to not shine. And the intensity of white is how intense the glow is on the texture. This is why, like on some of our older models, it looks like there's a nuclear bomb going off in the front room. which is a bit of an issue, and I am slowly addressing on as many models as I can. But, you know, keeping up with a decade's worth of common library stuff is kind of a tricky one. Another thing about emissive masks is they don't need to be big, so you can save them really small.
But you helped James out there. He's just learned something new by the looks of it. Happy Noel, welcome back.
I try my best to teach. So the emissive map doesn't really need to be massive at all. I'm just going to do 64 by 64 to save texture space. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to see this bit. This bit's just to tell the texture where to glow and where not to glow. So save those out as separate emissive maps, and then I'm going to go. I'm not going to take all the windows because I feel it's kind of unrealistic. I'm just going to take a couple and move them to a new object. Do that for this window. This window maybe. This door, front room. It's also, I also like to think about like the internal layout of a house. So like if the living room light is on, perhaps the light in the hallway will be on as well. You know. Because you don't need every light lighting up in a house. You know, it's not Blackpool Illuminations.
No.
Right, we're going to give these a special name. So they're going to go 1_1200, so they render in 1200 meters away. We're going to call them night lights. And we're going to call it _fx_night. All lowercase. That means they only show up at night. And then you want to copy the texture over. And this one's going to be default EM. You only need to pay attention to the door and the window texture. Those are the ones we're going to change. We're going to change this to train emissive map. Train emissive glow. And then if you look here, it's texture with an emissive glow. Text 1 is diffuse, text 2 is your emissive mask. So we're going to put our mask in for the window. Windows EM. Make sure that it reads off channel map 1 rather than channel map 2 for slot 2, because you don't want, because otherwise the UVs will get really messed up on it. And we're going to do the exact same for the door. Train emissive glow. Get rid of the shadow map and put the emissive map in for the doors. And then make sure it runs off map 1. So what we used to do is we used to use just a solid texture, which was like looked a bit like this. So it would be my shortcuts aren't working now. It would be black with like a tungsten-y kind of like glow, which would then be blurred. And that's what used to be our nightlight for Windows, so you sort of look at window and that's what you see. Doing that's fine, You know, we have that in a lot of our older models, and that does work. But when you do it this way with a proper emissive map, and you use the same unwrapping you're using in the previous, like on the other channel, you get much better lighting. If you know what I mean? Like it's I'll show you what I mean in Blueprint. But it just gives it makes the texture beneath glow rather than just a texture slapped on top.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I'll export this quickly. I probably need to rename these. One sec. Otherwise, it's going to throw back an error. And then we go export. Source. HTTV. Scenery. Buildings. JT House. I will rename this the common library, but I won't do that just now. That's just going to take time.
It's a morning job, that, isn't it?
That's a morning job, yeah. Okay, missing ID for 0 in house. So, I am missing a texture somewhere I haven't textured. So let's see where that is. So I'm going to go select ID 1. Is it? Oh.
Is it windowsill?
No, it's the guttering.
Oh.
Because it's black anyway, so I didn't realise it didn't. Didn't realise I didn't texture it. So we'll go to this one. Make sure there's no sneaky ones in this one. Nope. Make sure there's no sneaky ones in house 2 as well. Set that to 3. And let's see if it lets me export it now. Right, that's better. It's exported it this time. Let's open up Blueprint. Go source, JTTV, stream, scenery, buildings, JT House, create scenery blueprint. Let's give it an appropriate name. This is going in the CL. What do I feel I've done that wrong? Oh, my brain's not with it.
It's getting late, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, I crucify people for this, for not doing it right. I'll rename it later.
You having a good day, mate?
Yeah, mate, it's been a long day. I've been doing a lot of reading. Okay, category. Domestic buildings, render component, detailed generation 10. Always set it to 10 or else it won't show up on people with lower scenery density. Right, so we got our house, and let me show you what I mean by the emissive texture. So turn it to night. They are glowing ever so slightly. Kind of difficult to see, but there is. You see it here. There's a definite difference between a Windows that's on and a Windows that's not. I think that's a bit too subtle. I could probably turn it up a little. So let's.
Yeah, it's a little dim, isn't it? It looks good though.
It's a little dim, nice but dim. So let's make that stand out a little more. So all you want to do is increase the levels of the white. Copy that value 139. We can keep it consistent.
Hey, Katie, say hello.
Evening, Katie. Save. Let's have a look at it now. Yeah, that's much better. Bit more standout. And because this roof doesn't overhang, I can be really cheeky and just slap on a winter texture.
Oh yeah, winter texture as well.
That's another thing I'm guilty for. Guilty. So this is easy. You just get your roof texture or whatever's going to be hit by the snow. You look for snow texture that tiles. Where's the seamless button? It's seamless. This is what I usually use. Put it over your texture. And then we're gonna tone it down a little. You don't really get masses of snow in the UK.
No.
Unless it's March, of course.
Well, yeah, well, April, to be quite honest.
Well, yeah, we had a bit of dusting the other day.
So I have to have a winter texture in spring now.
So winter textures, you don't need to do anything special. All you need to do is give it the prefix of _WI, and then that sets it as a winter texture. And when you export it, you'll see here it says JT House Roof _WI. That means the winter texture has exported as well. I'm slightly phasing. But yeah, I think that's a good place to leave it right now because we've done what we accomplished.
Hooray!
I'll do a quick fly around the house and show you what I mean. Showing winter textures in Blueprint is a bit buggy, I find. So you can change your style here. Yeah, it doesn't work all the time for me. I find it much more reliable to just have a winter scenario in game that you set, just drop your winter stuff into. Yeah.
Good, mate.
That's our simple brick council house. So
I like it.
Yeah.
Jake and winter texture checking that as well.
Yeah, I don't understand what's up with that. This is why I forget him half the time because I can't check him in Blueprint, and I rarely ever load up a game.
Good, mate.
My screen does not like having that on. I phase. Right.
I think you've been all wintry.
Yeah. Wintry.
You're like one of them old TVs. You've just been turned on. It's all staticky.
Yeah. Just beat me around the side of the head, see if I come into focus. Right. So I think this is a good place to call it. What do you think, Tom?
Sounds good. That I think it's tea time. It's tea time. Excellent stuff. Brilliant stuff. We'll be back next week. Route building. So we're doing Southwestern route building again. So next Tuesday, 7:30. If you're in a loose end, come and join us. We'll show you New Reading as well. Old Reading, New Reading though.
Old Reading, yeah, old New Reading.
Old Reading, new model. And obviously we'll do some building as well. Thank you to everyone that's joined this evening. Hope you've enjoyed it, and hope you've learnt something along the way. If there's anything you want to catch up on, this will be available on YouTube always, Twitch for a couple of weeks, and Facebook. But you'd have to obviously scroll down.
Yeah, Facebook I don't know how long they say on Facebook for, but you know.
No, but yeah, YouTube's the best place to keep up with it. You can just head over there and just scroll through where you need to. Thank you to everyone that's watched. Take care, have a good week, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Have a good one.